Hey guys, it's Harlow, and today I am bringing you my 14th edition of Friday Flickr Finds. And I gotta say, I am like blown away this week. Some weeks I don't really feel inspired by much on Flickr, and other weeks I'm like, wow, this is amazing, and this is amazing, and I need to show you guys this and this. And this was totally one of those weeks where I felt like every single picture I was coming across just really caught my attention. So I have a lot to show you, so let's go ahead and get started. This first photo is from Leanne Mordue, and this is part of the 1 Billion Rising campaign that Lawrence Price and Kes Mossimo are putting on. If you've not heard much about the campaign, certainly go and check out their Flickr information on it. It's for a very good cause, and the images coming out of it are just absolutely remarkable. So I really, really loved this photo from Leanne. The title I Rise just fits so perfectly. The silhouette of her in the field, the wind blowing, the direction of her dress and her hair in the same way. It's just, you can tell a lot of work went into this, and the small little attentions to each little detail really looked so nice on this. So great work, Leanne. Up next, I have a Frith, and I just thought this was super sexy. I love the black and white. I love how sharp this image is. Just the detail of the fishnet sleeves here, the reflection of the light on the pole and on her body. Just a gorgeous shot, and definitely caught my eye this week. So nicely done. Up next, we have Kib, and I mean, look at this image. What's not to love? This is stunning. The little details on this are just remarkable to me. The color palette, just all these like vibrant reds and deep colors, just look really, really beautiful. There's just so much detail. I just could study this image for a really long time. I also really love the angle that she came at in the photo. It's just really, really whimsical and magical and awesome. So great work. Up next, we have Kimmy Littleboots, and I just thought this was a really lovely couples portrait or friend portrait. I love the strands of her hair blowing in the wind. I love the slight blur to the full photo. Just a really, really nicely done portrait. Up next, we have Meriluu Lumos, and reflections are something that I am always impressed with in Second Life because they're just not easy to do properly. Most people just don't quite get it down right, and this one is flawless. The angles, just everything about it is just so well done. I was so impressed by this. I love the little details that are in the image as well around the vanity, the way she has the focus on herself right here, but the slight blur in the mirror. Just everything's so accurate about this photo, and it's just very well done. Up next, we have Meriluu again, and I was amazed by the striking difference between the two images. You know, this black and white over to this vibrant, colorful image that she did. I love the fireworks in the background, the sparklers, just the sharpness of the image, just how bold it is. Just a really awesome New Year's portrait. Up next, we have Tweeko, and this is just a badass portrait. I loved how you were just instantly drawn to the avatar's eye. I love the sharpness on the face and how you can see every pore and freckle and wrinkle. Just very, very well done. The drips of the water coming off the face. I don't know if that's an applier or if they added that back in afterwards. Regardless, it's just really, really well done. And I just really dig this. Our next one from, I think it's Byk. I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce your name, and I apologize. It's kind of similar to the last one, just this black and white portrait, but the emotion in this is what really captured my eye. You see this slight tear coming down the face, this kind of furrowed brow, just this very solemn moment reflected on this person, and I like the way the lighting's coming in and hitting the face and the collar on the shirt here, and also reflecting off of the headphones a little bit. It's very simple, but very, very nicely executed. This next one's from Buneta Resident, and this is just so beautiful to me. Like the first thing I thought when I saw this was, ooh, strawberries. And I don't actually think there's officially any strawberries in the image as I look at it now, but the red flowers and the green and the way that she coordinated the colors of her eyes with the leaves and the colors of her lips with the flowers is just perfect. I love the angle she took this at. I love how close up this is. Just everything about this image is just really lovely. And I honestly just kind of just stared at this image for a really long time and was like, wow, this is definitely one of my favorites this week. Up next, we have Cyanide, and I just, again, thought this was a really nice portrait. I love the soft blur that we've added to the image, how it blurs out and kind of used like a tilt shift effect on each side. I feel very drawn into like the makeup, her lips, her eyes, the lighting playing against her hand and face is also very nicely done. It's a great angle that they chose. Overall, this certainly captured me this week, and I thought it was a great image to feature. Up next, we have Ethan Lane, and Ethan's got a pretty awesome Flickr. If you're not following, you certainly should. This is a perspective I don't think I've really ever seen in SL before, with the focus being on the hand that he's punching with. I like that he coordinated his outfit to really look like this, boxing champ going on here, and just overall, just a really, really neat shot. I don't know if he like used the gloves and the ring to kind of coordinate them together, but it works for the image. And it may be part of the glove. I'm really not sure, but overall, this is just very nicely done. Up next, we have Amberly, and do I even need to say anything about this image as to why it was featured this week? This is probably my #1 shot that I am showcasing this week on my Friday Flickr Finds. I am just blown away by this. I just think it's so beautiful. I don't really know if the dress like comes like that or if she photoshopped that. Regardless, it's just absolutely beautiful. Everything about this is just whimsical and magical and just so lovely. So great work. It's kind of the perfect like Valentine's vibes as well, which I know is approaching in a month. So great work, Amberly. Up next, we have Miss Sadycat Littlepaws, and I was really impressed with the attention to detail in this image. Just all the little different things that when you're looking around the image, you see the person in the background, the details on her unzipped shorts, the little journal backpack that's laying up against the step she's sitting on, all the stuff behind her. It kind of reminds me of like a student or a college girl taking a break from her studies at like a square in a union or something. I don't know. I kind of made a story to go up with this, but I just remember when I was in college, like sitting outside, we had this big like square with a fountain, and we'd just hang out and have all of our study materials, our drinks, and people would be coming by with their dogs and hanging out. And yeah, I just thought it was a really cool image. I love the light flare she added. It works really nicely with the subtle angle. Great work, Sadie. Up next, we have Oakley Foxtrot, and I was really impressed with her and Swain's attire at our Polar Prom, and I just thought they looked really beautiful together. And then when I saw this image, I was like, oh, it's so cool. Got to definitely feature this week. Their coordination is awesome, but the image alone is just really beautiful as well. They did a very, very nice job. I love the wintry backdrop as well in the image. So great work, you guys. Up next, we have Chezza Slade, and Chezza is someone that also has a really nice Flickr. I cannot remember if I featured Chezza before in the past, but you certainly should go and check out her work. She has some very nice images, and her avatar always has stood out to me, and this portrait definitely caught my eye. The lighting in this is really what is so fantastic, and the way it plays on her face and reflects so beautifully. Just a really, really lovely portrait, and I definitely wanted to feature this week. So great work, Chezza. Up next, we have Flyboys by Jay, and I'll admit the initial reason why this image caught my attention was the plane. I am I come from a family that's big on aviation, and I have pilots in my family, and I just thought the backdrop was really badass. But then I really liked that Jay coordinated the outfit here with like the bomber jacket, and the avatar looks really nice, and just the whole thing just goes really nicely together. And I definitely wanted to feature it this week. I think it's pretty badass. So great work. Up next, we have Chaotica, and I just thought this was so cute. Her avatar is adorable. Everything about this image caught my attention. I love like the mermaid scales, the glitter, the reflections, the little moon headpiece, the wings. I could go on and on. Just the styling is very, very nice in this, and it's very cutesy and girly, and I definitely thought it deserved to be featured this week. So nicely done, Chaotica. Up next, we have another image from the 1 Billion Rising campaign. Like I said, this series is so impressive, and I am not at all surprised that Charlie Nambaboo delivered. I assumed she was definitely going to participate in this, and this Handmaid's Tale kind of vibe that she has going on with this image is just awesome. Everything about this just caught my attention. The look on her face of just like distress and pain and being silenced, and just the lighting. I love the dark backdrop. This is definitely one of my favorites, and I just thought it was worthy of being part of this week. So great work as always, Charlie. Up next, we have Rena Edenflower, and what a gorgeous image. This image kind of reminds me of a trip I took in real life to Cancun, which I know is really random because this isn't a beach or anything like that, but where I stayed had this beautiful balcony that overlooked the city and the beach, and this just kind of reminds me of it with the sunset and or sunrise. I'm not quite sure which, but she just did a really lovely job with this, and the choices of color and the vibrance of it just really caught my attention, and it certainly needed to be here this week. So lovely job, Rena. Up next, we have Elvira Kaitori, and I love the perspective of this. There's just so much about this that I just think is so fantastic. We don't see this angle very often, or this kind of far away, almost like drone style shot. I love the dog on the ice. I love their poses. I love the reflection on the ice as well. This is just very well done. So lovely work, Elvira. Got two more for you guys. Like I said, it's a long week this week, lots to feature, but this next one by Trouble Deathly certainly needed to be in here. I love everything about this. Every little detail in this image is perfect. I love the balcony they're sitting on, the backdrop ahead of them there, the candles, like the snacks in this little kitchen setup, just so much detail, the coloring, the lighting, everything is just so nicely done here. So great work, Trouble. And last but not least, I'm going to pronounce this name wrong. I apologize. Is it Nike, maybe? But if please tell me how to pronounce that, because I totally think I butchered it. But this image is just badass, like everything about it. I've never really seen an image like this in SL before. So when I saw it, it certainly captured my attention and my eye. And I love the fish and this like globe on top of her head or helmet. I like just this underwater vibe going on with it. Overall, it's just really cool. I like that the one goldfish is kind of covering her eye. Overall, it's just really, really neat, and I wanted to put it on here. So, yeah, that concludes my very lengthy Friday Flickr finds this week. I will admit, there was like 5 or 6 other images I came across that I really wanted to feature this week, but they didn't have their gallery setting so that it was public. So unfortunately, I could not feature them. But like I said, make sure if you want to be featured on Friday Flickr Finds to have your pictures set so they can be added to the Friday Flickr Finds gallery. That way I can feature them in the video. So thanks to all the wonderful artists that I featured this week. I appreciate your artistic eye and your talents. And this is like my favorite thing to do every single week. So I really enjoy sharing all your beautiful work. I hope you guys have a great weekend.